Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are doing well at home. I, Anjana Jindal, welcome you all in my English literature class. And today I am back here with chapter number 10, The Railway Children, part 3. See, in my previous videos, in part 1 and 2, I had explained you the story and few exercises, right? And now in today's video, I will discuss the question answers with you. Okay, children, let's start. So, children, here is reference to context. In this exercise, an extract is given from the chapter, and based on that extract, few questions are being asked which you have to answer. Okay, so let's read the extract. Father and mother were always ready to play with the children and read to them. So, children, this is an extract taken from the chapter. And now let's see the questions which we have to answer. So, question A is name the children. So, children, what were the names of the children? See, how many children were there? Yes, three. There were three children, no? Yes, in the story. And what were the names? Yes, Roberta, Peter, and Phyllis. Correct. So, the answer is Roberta, Peter, and Phyllis. Roberta was the eldest one. Yes. And then next one was Peter, middle one. And the youngest one was Phyllis. Yes. Now, next question, question B. Where did they live? So, where they used to live? Yes, they used to live in a red brick fronted villa. Yes. They lived in a red villa, no? Yes. The answer is they lived with their parents in a red brick fronted villa. Now, question C. What kind of life did they lead? So, children, what kind of life was that? Yes, they were leading a very happy life, no? Until it all changed one day, no? One day, everything changed. A twist came into the story. The twist came into their lives, isn't it? Yes, before that, they were leading a very happy life, no? Here is our answer. They led a happy and pretty life in the red villa until it all changed one day. Yes. Now, children, here is another extract. Let's read it. Then boxes were filled, and the next afternoon a cab came to take them to the station. So let's see the questions based on this extract. Means here they are talking about the train journey, no? Yes. The question A, what was filled in the boxes? So children, what was filled in the boxes? Yes, of course. As they were shifting from their old house, no, to the new one. So they packed all the things. Yes. So what were there in the boxes? All that what they had, isn't it? Yes, blankets, candlesticks, carpets, and so many things, whatever they are having at their home. Yes. So the answer is everything that was in the house, including clothes, carpets, candlesticks, chairs, table, crockery, and blankets. Isn't it? Everything that was there in the house, they packed in the boxes. Now, question B. Where did the train take the children? So, children, where did the train take the children? Yes, to the new house, no? Yes, but where was that new house? Yes, in the village, no? Yes, it was a village because when they walked, so the walk was dark and muddy, if you remember, isn't it? Yeah, so it was muddy means there was mud all over, no? Yes, and there was a rough road on which they had to walk and they stumbled also a little, isn't it? Yes, so this shows that it was a village in the country. So our answer is the train took the children to a village in the countryside. The train took the children to a village in the countryside. Okay. Now question C. How did the children travel on the last leg, that is stretch, of their journey? Means of their train journey. How did the children travel? Yeah, in the beginning they enjoyed, no? Yeah, they were enjoying looking outside the window, no? Yeah. But when it grew dusk, then they were roused by the mother, isn't it? Yes. So here is our answer. At first, the children enjoyed looking out of the window, but by dusk, they were fast asleep and had to be roused by mother. Yes. Okay, so these are the answers of these questions which are based on the given extract. Okay, so now let's move to the next questions. So children, let's see other questions. Read, reflect and write. These are the direct questions. Okay, from the chapter. Yes. See question number 4. Was mother happy with the move? How do you know? Children, was the mother happy? What do you think? Was mother happy or not? No, of course not. Mother was not happy. She was not at all happy with the move, no? Why? Because they had to move from a big villa to the small one, no? Yes, and also she was looking pale, no? How do you know that she was not happy? Yes, because she was looking pale. She was sad. It shows that she was sad. Because moving from a big place to a small one, and moreover, that she might be knowing about her husband, no? That what happened to her husband. Isn't it? Something went wrong over there, no? Yes, so that's why she was very sad. And they all were living alone without father, no? Means the children and mother without their father. Yes. So our answer is no, the mother was not happy with the move because she was very pale when she got to know that they had to move. She also perhaps heard of what happened to her husband. Yet she smiled for the sake of her children. Yes, children. Isn't it? She didn't reveal the truth in front of her children, no? Yeah. She was smiling in front of children for their sake so that they will not become sad. Isn't it? Yes. Now see question number 5. Describe the White House that the children moved to with their mother. So children, give a small description of that house where they moved with their mother, no? What type of house was that? Yes, it was a dark, lumpish, no? Yeah, it was a dark, lumpish, and it had mice, isn't it? Yeah, it had a large bare kitchen, seemed to have mice, and it had a dining room and a yard, isn't it? This type of a house was that, no? Yeah. So here is our answer. The house was a dark, lumpish looking place. There was no light in the windows, a large bare kitchen, and it also seemed to have mice that scampered when they arrived. It had a dining room and a yard. Okay. So children, now let's move to next question, and that is question number 6. Do you think that the children in the story were fussy or good-natured? Give reasons to support your answer. So children, what do you think? What type of children were there? Were they fussy or good-natured? Yes, of course, they were good-natured. But how can you say? Means you have to give the reasons to support your answer, no? That they are good-natured. Yes, because they never complained, no? They never did any complaint. They never asked any question to their mother, no? Yeah, and they took whatever the coming in their way, they took all the things in a good way. They were happy, they were satisfied, isn't it? Though they moved from a big villa to a small house, no? You know, villa is very big. Comparatively, they went to a very small house in a village also, no? All mud was there. Yeah. So this shows that they were good natured. So here is our answer. Yes, the children were good natured because they did not complain about moving to a new house which was lumpish, dark, and had mice. Which was not there in their villa, no? Yes. Now see question 7. At the end of this part of the story of the railway children, mother said that it was fun to have mice in the house and the shift was quite an adventure. So why do you think she said this? And what values did she want to give her children? Children, here, what values she wanted to give her children? Why do you think she said this? Yes, because she didn't want to see her children sad, no? Yes. And what she wanted, the values, what she wanted to give her children. She wanted them to accept the change. Yes, she wanted to lift up their spirit, means children's spirit. She wanted to lift up that, isn't it? And she basically what? She wanted her children to learn that we have to accept whatever comes in our way, isn't it? See, children, the things are not always good, no? If you see in your own life also. So the things may not always be good and happy. Things not always be rich. So we should learn to grow and we should learn to face all the difficulties coming in our way with a big smile on our face, isn't it? Yes. So this is what the mother also wanted to teach her children, or she wanted to give these values to her children, isn't it? Yeah. So here is our answer. See, we'll give in this way. She said this because she wanted to lift up the children's spirit and make them accept the change. Things may not always be good, happy, and rich, and that one should learn to face the difficulties with a smile on the face. Yes, this is the answer. So children, these were all the question answers. I hope you understood the question answers well. And now here is your home assignment. In your home assignment, you have to read the story again. See children, the number of times you will read the story, it will increase your reading skill, isn't it? It's good to read again and again. So read the story once again, learn and write all the question answers in your Mulberry copy very neatly. Okay children? Okay then, bye bye, take care.